Calm is supposed to feel peaceful, but for many people, calm feels uncomfortable, almost empty, almost wrong. When the noise stops instead of relief, there's unease. And most people assume that means they're doing something wrong. They're not. For a long time, inner tension has been doing a job. It creates movement, direction, a sense of aliveness. So when things slow down, what appears isn't peace, it's space. And space can feel unsettling when you're not used to it. The nervous system doesn't automatically recognize calm as safe. It recognizes what's familiar. If your inner world has been shaped by urgency, thinking, or constant mental activity, calm doesn't feel soothing. It feels like the absence of something important. This is why people often return to anxiety without realizing it. Not because they enjoy it, but because tension feels known. It feels like self. When the mind quiets, there's a subtle question underneath the discomfort. It's rarely conscious, but it's powerful. If I'm not doing this, who am I? The thoughts, the planning, the inner commentary, but they've been acting as a reference point. They've been telling the mind who it is. So when that commentary fades, there's a moment of disorientation. People often label this as boredom, or restlessness, or the urge to distract themselves, but what's really happening is simpler. The mind has lost its familiar signal. From a deeper perspective, calm isn't something you achieve. It's something the nervous system learns to tolerate. At first, calm has no texture, no emotional feedback, no story. So the mind does what it's trained to do. It generates a thought, a worry, a problem to solve. And with that, tension returns, along with a strange sense of comfort. This is why forcing relaxation rarely works. It treats tension as an enemy to remove. But tension isn't just a problem. It's a pattern that's been reinforced for years. Real calm doesn't arrive as pleasure. It arrives as neutrality. And neutrality can feel dull or empty before it feels peaceful. This is where many people stop. They assume calm should feel better than this. So they go back to effort, to fixing, to managing themselves. But calm doesn't need to feel good immediately. It needs to be allowed to feel unfamiliar. There's a quiet shift that happens when you stop evaluating it, when you stop asking whether it's working. Over time, the nervous system recalibrates. What once felt empty begins to feel stable. What once felt wrong begins to feel grounding. Not because you forced anything, but because the mind learned a new reference point. This process isn't dramatic. There are no breakthroughs. Just a gradual reduction in the need to constantly stimulate the inner world. If you've noticed that stillness feels unfamiliar and you're more interested in understanding that than fixing yourself, this channel is where we explore exactly that, quietly, clearly, without pressure.